After the Duotone dice remained unchanged for quite some time, we now have a new development from Duotone's new kite designer. The 2025 model is supported by a 5-point scale without pulleys. The control lines are directly connected to the tips, and we have 3 different options to adjust bar pressure and turning speed. Inflation and deflation are done with the well-known Duotone valve. The one-pump system is kept completely straight and short. The front tube material is the well-known Dacron material, high strength, with large cells, reinforced with thicker threads. New here are overall slightly thicker bladders on the inside. The front tube is closed with a piping seam, which is doubled on the inside and sewn 4 times in the longitudinal direction. The canopy remains with the mix of double and triple ripstop, only in the areas of the trailing edge, and at the tips there is a pure triple ripstop material. And to prevent the trailing edge from fluttering, the whole thing is also supported with additional battens. Line deflectors are only at the end of the front tube. The remaining cross struts do without line deflectors. And for those who like to deflate their kite lengthwise, there is a large release valve at the end of one tip. The cross struts are each attached to the sail fabric with a single seam and doubled and glued from the inside. And all the predetermined spots where one could slide along or where the kite could hit are reinforced with a rubberized material. To see how the new dice reacts to the Y or the height of the Y, we either flew it continuously with Y up to the adjuster as seen, or with a camera at a height of 5 meters. In this case, the camera takes over the fixation. For a 3-strut kite with a C shape, we have a really surprisingly good glideability. The canopy immediately accepts the flow, and this even overall high base pull, which is not annoying, ensures, even after a sine wave, absolutely continuous and absolutely even propulsion. Evenness is absolutely emphasized with the new dice here, but we will address this more clearly at other points. It can be noted that there is a truly, absolutely continuous acceleration and also the achievement of a really high top speed. The kite does not wander to the absolute outer edge of the wind window, but self-regulates when holding the kite at the pressure point to the optimal position in the wind window, allowing it to pull at the most optimal angle for air. Accordingly, it also achieves very good performance here. Of course, we initially said that this is a new kite from a new designer. So far, not much new has happened on our side. But when we come to the bar feeling, we find that we have really achieved such a beautiful playful note with a 100% homogeneous and very, very intuitive bar feeling with optimal feedback. This is really very, very rare, and it makes the handling of the Dice SLS truly child's play. The holding forces are in the light to medium range, and the steering forces are consistently in the light range. However, it still provides really very, very high feedback. So you really know exactly where the kite is in the wind window. Matching his consistent bar feeling and this predictability, the power development also goes hand in hand. This is consistently high and uniform, but we could not actually perceive a real progressive peak here. The mix of constant even high performance, but on the other hand, the maximum control. So especially on a strapless surfboard, one never runs the risk of being pulled down, because the cap always delivers the right amount of power, and that is also related to a really very good deep power capability, meaning the canopy is also excellently damped. The flight pattern of the Dice SLS consists of tight to medium radii at a high flight speed. Due to the very precise control, every radius can really be effortlessly steered perfectly here. It is best to operate here with a higher Y, as this keeps the canopy overall even more stable than when riding without Y. If one rides with the low Y, the canopy can slightly flare here and there, which then causes very slight disturbances in the overall homogeneity. Otherwise, the flight stability of the Dice SLS is absolutely excellent. There is no fluttering, no pitching, no susceptibility to stalling or anything like that. The canopy is really hung completely neutrally and provides a very clean flow here consistently. The jump with the Dice SLS is really very easy in all disciplines and is also totally variable regarding the use of the progressive edge, whether one edges briefly or pulls longer. It always leads to a truly maximum line tension, which then ends in a powerful lift. We reach good heights, so all board-off maneuvers can be executed here without any problems. But we are not operating in the absolute high performance range here. However, that is not the intention of the Dice. In our opinion, this is simply the ultimate fun machine, as it encourages you to do everything simultaneously and sequentially, whether you are hooking in, riding, or wanting to do any kite loops. And of course, due to the C shape, you don't reach the absolute highest levels in the hang time segment here, but perhaps we are also falling into a misconception in the industry that maximum performance always brings the most fun. In our opinion, and this is a unanimous opinion in the test team, this kite simply provides such fun in various areas that it really raises the question of whether moving 2 meters higher actually makes you feel better. I don't think so. In terms of wave suitability, Duotone is rather modest on the website. From our perspective, the Dice makes a really very good impression here. Simply due to a maximum V-power capability, a truly optimal positioning in the wind window, a very accurate and precise steering response, a direct response behavior, a nice D-power, and the fact that it simply does not have the progression. This is definitely very convenient for those who want to ride just a few waves with the surfboard, making the whole experience truly simple and enjoyable. For us, the Dice SLS is definitely one of the most commercially viable kites on the market this year or in 2025, simply because it doesn't annoy in any way whatsoever. It really indeed offers very nice performance, which is for, I would say, 85% of all kite surfers, such as those seen on beaches, represent pure enjoyment. There are indeed definitely some kites that have even better performance, remarkable and innovative features, advanced capabilities, and more to offer here. But the bar feeling, the intuition, and the simplicity with which it delivers its performance are truly exceptionally good. Lightweight individuals will absolutely love it because a physical effort is absolutely definitely not required here. This is indeed purely a technical matter. You don't really have to do much right. It is also very forgiving, so really no absolute high level of riding skill is necessary to enjoy this fun. The Dice SLS we tested in 9 square meters, costs €20.79. The new designer has, as we find, really designed a very, very nice kite here, which does not differ significantly in the essential points from the previous models, but in user-friendliness and in the playful moment and in the truly cost-free added simplicity of use in all areas indeed makes this really a big deal. And we are probably not the only ones curious about how it will continue accordingly. The Dice SLS is definitely a very, very nice start.